Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you for confirming this. So let's begin today's section. As mentioned, today is a very auspicious day of Gopashtami. So let us speak a little bit about Gopashtami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilimena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katha Mahyam Dadadi Supadandikam. Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Yudapadagammalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunatha Nidham Tum Sajivam Sadhvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitam Sri Vishaka Nidhamsya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gauranki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Padidana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtabhudale Srimade Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtabhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ramane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshava. Hare Krishna. As mentioned, today is a very beautiful day of Gopashtami. Anybody knows what is Gopashtami? What is meant by? Can somebody say what is Gopashtami? What is the significance of Gopashtami?
When Krishna turned after 5 years, so Yashoda Mata let him go to for a guy. Cow, he can go and take a cow for the
cows. Fed the cows, yes.
And that is the celebration we do here.
Exactly. That's the exact Gopashtami means. This is the 8th day, Ashtami, on Kartik Purnima, Kartik, month of Kartik. And on the 8th day, Ashtami, Krishna and Balaram is officially allowed to go to the forest and herd the cows. So we should understand, Nanda Baba had 900,000 cows. Can you imagine? So now, on this day, up to the age of 5 and 10 to 6, up to that, it is considered as the Pauganda ages. Krishna's age is divided like that. Up to the 6 is Pauganda. Then it is up to the Kaumara, up to the age of 5. Up to the 6 is Kaumara. And then 6 to 10 is Pauganda. And then 11 to 15 is called Kaishora. So these are the Krishna. Then up to that 15. Then Krishna, there is no other age for Krishna. Krishna is always ever youthful, 16 years of age, always. So that's what we can see here. So on this day, Krishna wanted to herd the cows. Until this time, Krishna was herding the calves. Calves means the little calves. And then Krishna was allowed only to herd the calves. It's called Valsa. Calf is also known as called Valsapal. So Krishna now felt that he is a little stronger now. He's a little grown up. Now I am turned to 6. I am turned to Pauganda. So I am a little big. I am a little stronger. I am a little bit of intelligent. I know the routes and the geography of the forest. So then Krishna came to Nanda Baba, requested, can I herd cows now onwards? So Nanda Baba said, yes, I don't have any problem, but you check with your mother, Maya, Yashoda. If Yashoda allows, then I can allow to herd cows. So then Krishna and Balaram came to Mother Yashoda and put forth these wonderful descriptions of Krishna. He's posing himself that I'm so strong. Look at me. I'm so strong. I'm so intelligent. And I know all the roads and the routes. And Mother Yashoda was seeing, yes, hearing and telling to Krishna, yes, yes, I'm so strong. So Mother Yashoda was telling, yes, yes, I know you are very strong because of I know you go to the other's house and you cannot even lift the pot of the yogurt and the butter. Then what do? You break that pot. Yeah, I know that you are so strong. So Mother Yashoda was little teasing that way to Krishna. And then Krishna came down. He says, I may not be that strong, but I'm so intelligent. So then Mother Yashoda would, reply, yeah, I know that you are so intelligent. I know that even if it is all this yogurt pot and the butter and the milk is hidden by some corner places of the rooms of Braja, you can find out very easily. I know that you're so intelligent. And Krishna, no, not that intelligent. I know how to herd the cows. I'm intelligent to herd the cows. Mother Yashoda was refuting all these arguments of Krishna. Then Krishna was saying that, yes, Maya, I know all the roads and the roads to the forest. And then Maya Yashoda would reply, yes, I know that you know all the roads to the hearts of all the people. So everybody is so attracted to you. They cannot, feel a separation from you. So Krishna was putting and Mother Yashoda was putting all these arguments, and Krishna was also putting together all these arguments. And then, as we know that when the children are very much, very lovingly, affectionately come and talk to the mother gradually allows. So Mother Yashoda said, yes, you can go to the forest. And then, but there is one condition. So Mother Yashoda was saying all this condition. And also Krishna was bringing Balaram also in between. And Krishna said that to Mother Yashoda, yes, I'm so intelligent. Otherwise, ask Balaram, Davuji can tell what I am. So Davuji says, Krishna is so strong, so intelligent, and he knows all the roads. Krishnamaya said, yes, I know. You both are very nutcrack, and you both are wanted to play away from me. So then finally Mother Yashoda agreed with some conditions. Don't go deep into the forest. Don't play this hide and seek. Sometimes you may be, left out. You should be very careful. And Balaram says, yes, I would be very careful and I'll be very protective of Krishna. I'll always protect Krishna. This is the way they convinced Mother Yashoda. Then Krishna and Mother Yashoda was telling, yes, you know that the path of to the bridge in the Vrindavan, the forest, is full of thorns and the other stones. So then Krishna said, Mother Yashoda said, you should wear the shoes. Otherwise, I'm not going to allow you. So then Krishna said, Maya, that is an injustice. That is an injustice because look at all the cows. There are 900,000 cows for Nanda Baba. How can I wear the shoes without that? All the cows doesn't have the shoes. They are walking on barefoot. And how is it justifying that I also wear the shoe and they don't have the shoes? That is not acceptable. That is not justifiable. And when very lovingly, when Krishna says to Mother Yashoda, Maya Yashoda becomes so stunned. How could Krishna say this? This is another aspect of Krishna. Krishna is so Bhakta Valsala. Krishna is so dear to his devotees. Even to his whoever is associated, whoever is close. Krishna knew each and every cow's name. There are 900,000 cows. Krishna knew each and every one of the name calf's name. And very dear to, when Krishna calls that each cow, everybody comes towards Krishna. They lick Krishna and then they have that loving, affectionate dealings with the Krishna. And this is what is Krishna. Krishna told Mother Yashoda, see, if I want to wear the shoe, then you should also make the shoe golden shoes. Make the shoes for all the cows. And we can imagine that 900,000 cows and 4 legs is almost 3.6 million shoes. Mother Yashoda stunned with this answer. So like that, Mother Yashoda was saying that, no, okay, now you should wear the umbrella. You should hold the umbrella because of there's a scorching heat when you go to the forest. I don't want to get you into the sun too much. You should hold the umbrella. So Krishna said, yes, look at that, all these cows. If I want to if I want to hold the umbrella, then you should also keep umbrella for my cows. So Mother Yashoda was very much, astonished with this answer and love for the cows. So that's what is Krishna is very much attracted to his cows, very much loved, and he is very much. And there is nothing. It's mentioned that in the scripture Krishna loves most the cows. That's why he is called the Govinda. We know that the story of because of to protect the cows and the calves and the Brajavasis, Krishna raised the Govardhan because of Krishna had such love for the Brajavasis, his dear devotees, and especially the cows. And this is what is Krishna was suggesting to Nanda Baba before the Govardhan Puja. You should worship the cows. And on this day also, Nanda Baba and the Brajavasis, everybody worshipped the cows. So finally, Mother Yashoda convinced, and then Nanda Baba and the other Upanandas, and they were all allowed Krishna to herd the cows in the forest. So then that today morning, then they brought the cows. Before Krishna herding the cows to the forest, they started to worship the cows. And they fed and varieties of foodstuffs, grass and the chapatis and the rotis and the good shakar and all those varieties and rice, water, so many, and fed them very nicely and worship with full arati. And then Krishna and Balaram took the cows to the forest. And this marks this day that's called Gopa Ashtami on this day. This is very significant. And also on this day, many devotees worship the cows as well. And also on this day, that Srimati Radharani also accompanied. Srimati Radharani also joined Krishna for herding the cows. So this is the time in the Pauganda, the age of the Pauganda, up to the age of 11. It's up to the age of 11, Krishna left the, Vrindavan to, goes to Mathura. But actually, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. The Vasudeva Krishna went to Mathura. So that's a different other aspect of Krishna. Then here, Krishna and Balram is allowed to take, the cows to the forest, and this is where the Krishna's Leela in the Vrindavan really starts, killing varieties of demons and beautiful pastimes which occurs between the Gopas and the Gopis and the friends and cowherd boys and the friends. And Krishna wanted this. Krishna wanted to have reciprocate with his devotees. That's why one of the reasons Krishna's appearance on this earth came himself. As we can see that Krishna came himself, and on this 5,000 years ago as himself. That's what is one day of Brahma. That's a Kalpa. One day of Brahma, Krishna comes as he is. That's Krishna says into the Bhagavad Gita also. Avajanadi Mamuda Manushim Tanimasuda. When I come to this material world, the fools derides me. They do not know me that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord of all the universe, all the worlds. So Krishna appears like that. So you can see in the picture, Krishna and Balaram is just 6 years old. It's very beautiful, very charming. That's why he is Valsupal, he's a Bhakta Valsala, he's very dear to his devotees. And in order to have that, the aspect of Krishna's, the primary aspect of Bhakta Valsala, Krishna, went into the forest and to give association to his devotees. So also on this time, when Krishna went to the forest, and Krishna also felt very much separation from Srimati Radharani. And then that Krishna was requested to Subal Saga to somehow try to bring Srimati Radharani also in the forest. And so Subal Saga, I'm just shortening up this beautiful pastime of Krishna. Then Subal went into the house of the Jadila. That's where Mother Srimati Radharani was staying. And the mother-in-law of Srimati Radharani was Jadila. Also remember, Srimati Radharani was also around 6 years old at that time. So this time Subal came and Jadila asked, why did you come here? So he said that one of my calves went into your cows and went into your home. Let me find my calf and then I'll go. Jadala just, hesitatingly allowed. So, but Subal was trying to find Srimati Radharani. So Subal went inside the inner chambers of the houses and found that in the room Srimati Radharani, and Subal told to Srimati Radharani, Krishna is feeling so much of separation from you, so much of separation from you, so that Srimati Radharani also felt bad. Then what to do? Then Subala mentioned that, okay, now there is a change. So Subal is also pretty much very close resemblance with look and color and everything, same as Srimati Radharani. So Subal suggested that, okay, why don't you wear my dress and put that costume and dress like me and act like me, and then you carry a calf and then get out of this place and I will stay in your room. So they made that plan. Srimati Radharani took the Subal's dress and dressed very nicely like Subal and took a calf and then covered and then just left there. And then Mother Jadila saw that, yes, Subal is going and took a calf. And Jadila asked, did you get your calf? Yes, I got your calf. So then, Srimati Radharani came before Krishna, but Krishna was so disappointed and so sad that Srimati Radharani was not there with that feeling of separation. So he was, Subal said, yeah, I came, but Krishna, it was failure and I couldn't bring Srimati Radharani. Sorry for that. And then, then Krishna then felt so bad. And then, okay, you couldn't do this, go away. And Krishna was so sad and disappointed. And this time, Srimati Radharani came in front of Krishna and smiled and just laughed. And that time, Krishna raised his head and looked at and realized that this is none other than Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani, Krishna, when looked at Srimati Radharani is like a Subal, and he couldn't even recognize initially, but looked at very, closely, generally, even Krishna could recognize that this is Srimati Radharani. So Subal, Srimati Radharani dressed exactly like a Subal and with that tone. And see, this was also relishing that rasa for Krishna. So every aspect of Krishna and Krishna is reciprocating each other. And this is the exact Vrindavan. And as you can see that in Goloka Vrindavan, this is what is happening. Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna herd the cows and goes in the morning and comes in the evening. And everybody feels such a feeling of separation from Krishna. When Krishna comes back, everybody comes outside of their houses and wait for Krishna. And they wanted to touch Krishna, they wanted to feed Krishna, they wanted to give something to drink Krishna. You can imagine that Krishna is so loving. And here we may say, oh, this is a cow. No, these are very, 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 very dear to Krishna. And cow also, it's mentioned that the embodiment of all the good qualities, the embodiment of all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Mother Lakshmi, and Shiva, everybody, Vishnu even, resides on the body of the cow. So that's why it's called Surabhi or Dhenu. And this embodiment of all the good, even Vedas are actually on the body of Mother Cow. So on this day, Krishna is always, that's why he is known as Govinda. He is one who gives the pleasure to the cows. His name is also known as Govinda, which is given by Indra, one who gives the pleasure to the cows. And he is also known as Gopal. Gopal means one who takes care of the cows. So he is always very keen on taking care of the cows. And we know that when Brahma came and took out all these cows and the Gopas into the cave, what Krishna did, Krishna immediately replicated himself and in the Vishnu forms, immediately replicated all the cows and the calves. All the cows and the calves, Krishna immediately replicated 100,000s of cows. And Brahma came back and saw that Brahma was this called Brahma Vimohana Leela, Brahma bewildered. When Brahma saw that Krishna was eating, from others' mouth, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. But he is acting like an ordinary child, ordinary boy. How is it possible? So Brahma wanted to test. Brahma stole all the cows, all the calves, all these Gopals, this little, the sagas, Gopas of Krishna. and then put in the cave. And when Brahma came back, he saw that exact replica of the cows, and now all these cows and the Gopas, they were having so much affectionate towards the Krishna and their parents. And they go home. 1 year is passed like that. When Brahma just came, is the moments of Brahma. So Krishna was so dear to his cows, and this is the another aspect of Krishna, the Bhakta Valsala. So on this day, it marks, and everybody remembers this pastime, and especially on this Kartik, one who has remembers this, and it's also mentioned that one who remembers these pastimes on this Gopashtami is reveals in the scripture, and one can attain the Supreme Lord, the prema, the love for the Supreme Lord. So this one can attain the Supreme Lord just by remembering and meditating on these wonderful pastimes of Krishna, how Krishna takes care of the cows. Okay, so this is the significance of Gopashtami. Then we come to this summary of the nectar of instruction. So we pretty much covered up to the verse of 11. 11 verses are there. So in summary, today we will be going through the summary of this nectar of instruction, and then we'll start the nectar of devotion tomorrow. And if we finish today, so there is a beautiful understanding which reveals by Srila Rupa Goswami. So can you unmute and tell me what is the essence of nectar of instruction? We were going through all this very detailed, the study of summary study of systematic study of nectar of instruction. Can anybody say what is the, in one word, what is the essence of the nectar of instruction? What is reveals to us? What one has to focus and why it is mentioned, this nectar of instruction? Can anybody? Can you unmute and Hare Krishna? So many devotees, please unmute, and we were all going through this. If we can.
Just to develop a loving devotional service with the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Exactly. That's the point. So this nectar of instruction, which is revealed by Sri Rupa Goswami, to the exact intention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The very much Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired and intended that everybody should develop that loving devotional service. That's why Prema Pumartho Mahan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this as a Panchama Purushartha. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down on this planet, and everybody is pretty much in the Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, this was the main goal of everybody's life. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his Supreme Lord himself, he came down and revealed that yes, there is another aspect of each and every living entity come to this pure devotional platform that's called Prema Pumartho Mahan, to develop loving devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's the ultimate goal, ultimate aim, ultimate purpose of the existence of the human or living entity. To develop loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. That's the topmost of. That's why Prema Pumartho Mahan. Great. Mahan means great. So also, Srila Rupa Goswami progressively instructing to reach to that pure devotional service in this, through these 11 verses, very progressively, from the how we should control oneself, and then up to that the very pure, the prema bhakti, that the 11th verse is revealing that the essence of that, the ultimate aim, ultimate goal of that devotional service, that's the prema bhakti. And also, in order to reach to pure devotional stage, what a devotee is supposed to do. That what it is, the entire nectar of instructions reveals. So as we know that this is originally revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Damakeli, and that we can see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructing this to Srila Rupa Goswami. Then Srila Rupa Goswami then compiled, and what a person, what a devotee is supposed to do to come to this pure devotional stage. So then let us come to this summary of this nectar of instruction. So we know that what a person is supposed to do in order to come to that pure devotional platform. Dear devotees, we should always understand that this, sometimes we forget, root cause of all the problems of ours is actually this forgetfulness of that we are eternally the associates of Krishna. We are eternally the part of Krishna. We are part of that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Satchidananda Rupa. We are also Satchidananda Vigraha, the spirit soul. We forget that. Why we are forgetting that? We are completely immersed in this material energy or the material entangle. So our body, mind, senses, our subtle body and gross body, all is actually, in one sense, is actually completely entangled or immersed in this material nature. This is another inferior nature of Krishna, as Krishna says that. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kam manobuddhirevacha ahangaram idiyame bhinna prakrtirashtadaha. All this earth, water, fire, air, ether, the mind, intelligence, and ego, these are 8 constitutional elements, are my separated energies. This is called inferior energy of Krishna, or called Bahiranga Shakti. So, but Krishna says that apareyam idastu manyam prakritim vidime param jiva bodha mahabhago e dhare e jagat. That means beyond this material, this inferior energy, all living entities are apareyam idastu manyam. That means beyond this material nature, all living entities are prakritim vidime param apareyam idastam. There is an apara prakriti or from the para prakriti, from the apara prakriti, there is a para prakriti or superior nature. So all living entities are. Please, can you mute please? Hare Krishna. Can you mute please? Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So it says that apareyam idastu manyam. That means apareyam means there is a para prakriti. Para means there is a superior nature. So we forget that. We are forgetting that we are eternal, supreme soul. We are part of that supreme Lord. But instead of that, we think that we are this gross earth, water, fire, and senses, and the mind and intelligence. All is actually just utilized for the to enjoy this material world. But we forget that. Then how long we live in this world? Very short time span we live, but we completely forget and we get according to that whatever the desires. That's why Charvida Charvanam, Puna Puna Charvida Charvanam. Life after life, we get this material body in this world. From Brahma Bhuner Loge Punaravartino Arjuna, Mami Petatu Kaunteya, Punarjanmana Vidyade, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuner Loge Punaravartino Arjuna. From the planet to the Brahma to the lowest planetary system, everybody is actually going through this punaravartino archana, going life after life, and taking birth again and death again, and the birth again and the death again. Why? Because we are forgetting this aspect that we are Satchidananda Vigraha, we are also part and parcel of that Supreme. Our eternal abode is not this world, but that the Supreme abode, that the spiritual realm where the Supreme Lord resides. As we saw that in the Gopashtami, this is exactly happens there. All the devotees of Krishna is with the Krishna, all the devotees. And Krishna has a very loving reciprocation with each and every devotee. So, in order to come to that level of understanding, and Sri Rupa Goswami giving us this instruction what to do when we have this human form of life. So Sri Rupa Goswami first and the foremost instruction that how we can come out from this material platform or material entanglement. So this is our root cause of our problems in this world, because we are so attached to so many of our bodily things. As Rupa Goswami says, a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So Sri Rupa Goswami says that one has to, in order to come to that pure devotion, pure devotional platform, one has to control his vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. One has to control the urges of speeches. So we know that that's the main problem of us in this world. If somebody open his mouth and he cannot then stop it, he has keep talking about these worldly things. Rather, one should utilize his body, mind, and senses to understand Krishna, to talk about Krishna, to remember Krishna, to meditate upon Krishna, offer the body to serve the Krishna. And this is the foremost and the first and the foremost of Sri Rupa Goswami's instruction that one should utilize his body, mind, and words for the service of Krishna, rather than misusing it. So we know that we are misusing all Krishna's property. Everything is Krishna's property. Our body is Krishna's property. Our mind is Krishna's property. Our senses, our intelligence, everything is Krishna's property. But when we have this the choice of the free will, we start to misuse, to utilize for our own sense gratification, our own purpose, our own enjoyment. We utilize this, that is, we are misusing and using the property of Krishna, misusing the property of Krishna. That is, so that's why we are here again and again in this material world. Rather, we utilize this for the service of Krishna, understanding that this is everything is belongs to Krishna. Everything is Krishna's. Everything is belongs to Krishna. I'm just a puppet. Krishna is given to me to utilize this to understand that the supremacy of that Supreme Lord, and understanding that or realizing that I am part of that Supreme Lord. I'm not part of this material world. But we think that yes, nothing beyond our this body, nothing beyond this material world. Everything is here. I take birth, I die. That's it. Everything is finishes. But dear devotees, we have to come out of this illusion. This is called illusion. That means illusion, or Maya means we come to that understanding that which is not. So in the entire the nectar of instructions was revealing this aspect of it. That's why we think that like a jaundiced person, it's very, he sees that everything is like a in yellow color. As we always say that if some person is contracted with the jaundice, whatever he sees, what happens? He sees that everything is yellow, like 100%. 100% is behave in a like 100%. But we know that, or those who are not 100, these 100. So like a drunkard, he is very much drunk, and then what happens? He behave accordingly. But he says that no, I'm all right, I'm fine. So similarly, a person in this world behave accordingly as he is illusioned by this material energy. What he is actually contaminated by. That's why different varieties of people, different varieties of species of life because of that kind of consciousness. So Sri Rupa Goswami says that in order to come out from this our haunted condition, our diseased condition, so this is all. I mean, a person is so much worldly attached and started to speak like anything and nonsense and talking and talking and talking and just for his own sense gratifications and proving that I'm so much scholarly, I am so much of and so much and so much. So what actually they are inviting the death. Like Srila Prabhupada gave an example of that a person like a croc, right? A frog that after the rainy, after the rain they come out and started to croak like we can make sound. So when they started to croak like and making this sound, then what happens? Ultimately the snakes come and eat them. So similarly, when they have so much attached to this material world, this material energy devour them, and they devour them in such a way that they cannot even come out of the clutches of this material. Like that the octopus, right? In the ocean there is octopus. Octopus has thousands of legs and likes that, and thousands of that we can hold it, hands like that. Something in the grip of this octopus, then what happens? It cannot very difficult to come out. So similarly, we are all entrapped by this material energy and Maya, so illusory energy or inferior energy. It's very difficult to come out. So Srila Rupa Goswami says that we have to come out of it. And Srila Rupa Goswami giving that solution that how one can come out of it. So the first thing is that we have to control our speech. It's very difficult to control. So we have to practice. That's why certain days we say that we take fasting, and that day we completely control our urges of various kinds of these speeches, and we observe very much and focused and Krishna consciousness on that day. So this is the way we control our urges, all these kinds of urges. That's why it's also recommended that we should follow the Ekadashi, Bhishma Panchaka, and the special days that we should fast and observe the babas, all this fasting, and this will help us to come out of our urges. There are many urges. There are 6 urges which mention, and the minds of the demands, right? We know that while contemplating the object of senses, so our mind is so attached to this, this always contemplating, sir, how to enjoy, how to enjoy. So this also, then we have to also control our the minds the urges of the minds. We shall have to control, and then this is the way only we can control the urges of the senses. Then actions of the anger, vajo vega, manasa, krodha vega. Where this krodha comes, as Krishna reveals this in the Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter, 62nd verse. Dhayedo Vishayan Pumsa Sangaste Shubhajayade Sanga Sangayade Kama Kama Krodha Vijayade. See that? While contemplating the object of senses, a person develops lust. From the lust, anger arises. While contemplating the object of senses, a person develops attachment to the sense objects. From the sense objects, from the attachment, lust arises, and from the lust, anger arises. What is this lust? Unwanted desires. When there is an unwanted desire to enjoy this material world, which is in just a chapala sukha, just for a flicker of happiness, then what happens? He is completely immersed, and if he don't get it, what happens? He completely comes to that state of unwanted desires and urges, and then he completely devoured by this anger. So we know that I was reading this news. Yesterday was India and Australia's final, the World Cup, and so many people went into distress. And I was reading this news. Some people have some heart problems, and so many people get into the hospital and admitted because of they couldn't tolerate that the defeat. And I saw that I read that in news that one person committed suicide. So we can imagine that their devotees, how you can imagine, right? A person committed suicide because of India's loss. He cannot even come to his original senses. This is the way that the people are so much attached to this world. And we are all so much attached to certain things in this world. This is called urges. So we have to control our urges of the tongue, urges of the speech's mind, urges of the anger. And if anything which comes to us, immediately we get anger. Why we are? Because of that comes our ego, that we are superior to something. We get anger to our wife or husband or some friends or colleagues and subordinates. Most of the time, if something comes, we get angry if it is not fulfilled my own. So everybody, we think that my way is highway, right? My way is everything is correct. Nobody else. I am the right person. So if anything wants to happen, in my way, and if anything changes that, then there is an anger, there is a problem. And then what happens? As Krishna says that when a person is too much into that, Dhayedam Vishayam Pumsa Sangaste Shubhajayade Sangas Tangayade Kama Kama Krodha Vijayade Krodha Bhavadi Sammoha. It's bewilder your memory. Anger, when anger comes, which bewilder your memory, Krodha Bhavadi Sammoha, Sammoha Smriti Vibhrama, then you can completely forget. Your memory is bewildered. Smriti Vibhrama, Buddhi Nasho. Then the intelligence is lost. When intelligence is lost, you fall down again into this material pool of material ocean of this pool. There was a person bought in Delhi. I was reading this news. A person bought a new car, and he was coming and with his friends, and there was a scooter, like a bike, rider. He just touched somehow this traffic. He just touched on the car, and these people came out from the car and saw that this is just little scratch on the car's new car. They become so wild. They become argument and push each other, and then they killed that scooter, the bike riders, on the spot because of this. See that they lost their intelligence, anger, and such a way that this is mine, this beautiful, wonderful. A devotee, this is what we are actually going through in this world. Completely in the illusion. We don't know. Sometimes we break. Sometimes actually we come out of it, and we don't know what we are doing in this world. So this is utterly ignorance. This is utterly because why it is happening. Sri Rupa Goswami says because of our urges of all this very and primary and the foremost, and then urges the tongue, urges of the tongue. That eating anything that which we get, we eat. And we know that the diseases spreads like anything in this world. And yesterday I was talking to a devotee, and he said, "Yeah, as soon as I come from the office, I drink, I eat." I said, "No, don't do that, because of when we come out, when we come outside, and well, there are so many germs and other things, and you should either take bath or wash your hands and feet." That was the old custom. Whoever comes from outside, before they enter the house, they wash their feet and the hands and the face. And even they drink the hot anything comes in the first, because of this they kill the germs. Can you mute, please? Hare Krishna. Can you please mute? You can. So this is the way. Yeah, there is some background noise. So this is the way that people used to live, and there were less diseases and all. And yes, because of our urges that, oh, I need to eat, if as soon as we see something, we see that there's so many people eating outside in the open air, and they don't have that kind of control. And while they drive, they eat, while they go, and so many ways that we can see that in this world. People does not have any kind of idea. All they wanted to that to fill their belly. Somehow or other, people do multitasking while they were driving, they're eating. We can see that in the morning, and also many I saw that many people, while they drive, they eat, and whatever they comes, and there is no control of eating or anything like that. So this is urges of the tongue, then the belly, whatever they get, they eat. Like as we know that, you know, they eat whatever they scroll on the ground, because just to satisfy the tongue and the belly, so many varieties, the people they are in utter foolishness and ignorance. They don't know what they are doing. So dear devotees, this is our great fortune and good fortune that we hear from the self-realized personalities. When we hear from the self-realized personality like Srila Rupa Goswami, we can understand the science of the self and the science of the Supreme Lord. Who we are, what is our duty, what is our eternal dharma. And this is the way that we can also develop that habit of that to come out, purify ourselves from all these entanglements and clutches. Otherwise, if we don't do that, what happens? Every day, like octopus catching a prey, similarly, the material world is catching and binding us with this world. As they mentioned that in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says very clearly the same. Asya Pasyas Tadir Badir Kama Krodha Parayana Hande Kama Bhogartha Manyayarthena Samchaya. Asha Pasha, this says that this material desire is like a rope which binds us. So this word is exactly so. As an aspirant, and we should understand that we should have to control. There are some regulations for our life. We need to control our urges of that. Mainly, there are 6 kinds of urges. The one is urges to the speech, and urges to the mind's demands, urges of this anger, urges of the tongue, urges of the belly, and urges of the genitals. So we know that this world is just running just for this sense gratification and the sexual happiness, and this world is just running for all this. They don't understand the purpose, the meaning of the human form of life, meaning of this life. They don't understand. They think that just bhoga tyaga, just chapala sukha, just bhoga, just to enjoy. That's what is be merry and happy. That's what is the logo of this world. Be merry and happy, and always. And they drink, they eat, intoxication, gambling, how to in whichever way, anyayarthena, whichever the way, illegally they try to put themselves in such a condition that they get some flickering happiness. But what happens at the end of the day? Mrityu sarva harischaham. Mrityu sarva harischaham. The death takes everything, and what happens according to their consciousness, they may be next lifetime, they may be going to the hellish because of their various karmas and vikarmas, or otherwise they may be completely into the lower species of life. And this is the way. So Rupa Goswami is revealing that it's very important that we understand this fact, and one has to prepare, one has to practice these urges of our sensual, bodily, mental needs. Is very, very important. Unless and until we do that, we cannot progress and realize the importance of that, the relationship with the Supreme Lord. Then Srila Rupa Goswami reveals in the second verse and reveals that, and this is what is the do's and the don'ts, second verse and the third verse. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpadiyamagraha. As it says that, Atyahara prayasascha. With a great endeavor, we are all living in this world to satisfy our sensual and the material desires, and then we have such an endeavor, atyahara. We take over, we over endeavor, and overtaking and overeating, and everything is over and over. And us have this kind of attitude that I am in the sun, so I have to enjoy everything. I need everything. The devotees, this doesn't help. So we have to, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that instead of that, we have to come to that, the very humble position. Pranapta Bisunichena Taroriva Sagushrana Manina Manadena Kirtani Yasdahari. Unless and until we come to that, the platform of humility, unless and until we practice that, the humility, we will be completely in the clutches of this Maya because of our ego is on the top. We are in the center of all these our activities that I am the Lord, I am the enjoyer, I am the proprietor, I am the creator, so I have to be enjoyed. But we forget that where it's all come from. We are just a little tiny droplet of very tiny anu in this material world, and everything comes from the Lord. We forget that. So Sri Rupa Goswami says that we have to completely control our urges like that, and instead of that which completely spoil our bhakti. Bhakti, that's atyahara prayascha prajalpa niyamagraha janasangascha laulyamcha. Janasangascha laulyamcha is as mentioned that Sadbhir Bhakti Vinashyati. It's actually spoil our devotion. Then when we have over endeavoring for everything, overeating, and so many ways like that. Prajalpa, worldly talking and unnecessary talks. Prajalpa. Prajalpa means which is not useful in just talking. Just our most of our time is spending for that, talking about these worldly things and what is happening here and there. But think about it. Does it helps to my spiritual consciousness? Does it help my self-realization? Does it help to come to purify myself? We are still, as it's mentioned that we are already in a contaminated consciousness. We are already in a muddy water. We are already in a impure state. Then we are putting more and more and more, and we become more impure and more impure and more impure. And this is the way that we completely again sink into this material ocean. It's called samsara. Bhavasagara, which is called Bhavasagara, or this material ocean, we are sinking more and more and more and more in this material world with this our properly not understanding what to do. So Sri Rupa Goswami in the next verse mentioned that what a person is supposed to do. And so that is the next verse. The third verse, Sri Rupa Goswami reveals that he says that one should always ulsaha nishchayas dhairya tattat karma pravartana. So, dear devotees, this is the basic qualities that a devotee should have. There are 6 principles that helps one execution of pure devotional service. Ulsaha nishchaya dhairya. Dear devotees, it's very important to understand. Remember this. Ulsaha means being enthusiastic in the devotional service, in the Krishna consciousness, having this proper understanding. That's enthusiasm means. Not that so much endeavoring like shrama, like like a very parishrama or shrama, which for this and to endeavor for these mundane material things. That I can enjoy this. Or if I have a ship, many people, I have a boat, I can ride in the water, but all on a sudden the waves comes and it takes away your life. If I have this mansion, so I can enjoy. If I have this car, I can ride around. And then what happens? As we know that we are trying to satisfy our senses, like Sri Rupa Goswami in another places mentioned that when a little insects and a moth see a fire, so then they sees that, this is a very beautiful, very glittering, so I can have some enjoyment. As soon as this moth or little insect sees that the fire and come very closer to the fire, and the fire devour this life of this moth or these insects. So similarly, dear devotees, our life is here in this material world is like that. So we think that something glittering, something that I can enjoy, and many people are actually entrapped or killed by this kinds of over endeavor and attachment to so much of this material world. And as if mentioned that, just that one person committed suicide because of India is lost. There's so much attachment that so much that my country, the India, and he's completely forgettable. He's completely devoured by this. And this is what it is called. So we should have enthusiasm to develop the devotional qualities, develop the Krishna consciousness. We should always have this enthusiasm. And then we should have the confidence, determination. And it's not that, yes, I have to, when this Kartik Mass started, and then what happens? Devotees took the vow with the determination. And I should focus more on the Krishna consciousness. That's called determination. Not that so much of determined that I should cross over this Atlantic Ocean. What is the use of it? You are just having that endeavor. You just swim across the Atlantic Ocean. You practice all their life. You waste it. And then what happens? You get little fame and name. Okay, you cross the Atlantic Ocean and his life is lost. and their life is lost, right? So similarly, Srila Prabhupada was giving an example of, and there was one sadhu. He's not sadhu, he's a yogi. He went into the Himalayas, 25 years, 30 years, he sat there and meditated on yogics, and he got a siddhi that he can actually walk across the river. And he came back to his village and he told, I got this siddhi and I spent all my life for to attain this siddhi so that I can show you that I can walk across this river. So everybody came and to see that, oh, this is a great person. He got everybody started to touch his feet, called the flat of, oh, he's a great yogi and all. And he showed that, okay, he could walk across the river. So there was one boatman nearby. He said, I can show you also a miracle. I can show you also. All you need to do is actually just put a 25 paisa. So you give me 25 paisa, I will also show a big miracle that same as this yogi, and you don't need to go anywhere. You don't want to be spend your entire life for all these things. I can also show a miracle. He said, what is that? Okay, everybody get into the boat and give me 25 paisa. I will take you across this river. So everybody get into that. He took everybody across the river. So this yogi went into the forest and Himalayas, spent entire life to walk across the river. The same thing can be done. Everybody sit on this boat and this take even just not even to make a boat. It doesn't even take 3 months. And he could make a boat and he can actually walk across the river. What is the purpose? So the main meaning is, what is the purpose of our life? So we don't understand that what is his purpose. So we are actually after so many these material things. But we forget that the entire purpose of our life. So we have to cross over this material ocean. If we don't understand how to cross over this material ocean, that there was also another story like that. There is a Brahmana and then a boatman, and there are a few other scholarly people, and they were all crossing, and the boatman was riding this boat, and they were entered into the boat, and then they started to speak. And this Brahmana said, "Oh, this Veda, this Rig Veda, so many these things which you mentioned to you that this arithmetic, that's astrology." Woodman said, "No, no, I don't know any of those things." His Brahmana says, "Then you lost your half of your life, and you lost your half of your life." So they wanted to prove that I'm a big scholar. He said, this astrology, oh, your life, your future, and that this those, and I can tell all these things. And if you don't know, then you lost your life. So then there was a big, flooding is going to start. There's a big rain is going to come and cloud. And then everybody was on the boat. The boatman, they were on the boat and the boatman riding this river across. And this boatman asked, okay, do you know how to swim and to save your life? And boatman said, and they said, no, no, we don't know. We are depending upon you. Woodward said, if you don't know how to swim, then your entire life is lost. The devotees, it's a very great example for all of us. If we don't know how to swim across this material ocean, our life is lost. So Srila Rupa Goswami is giving that what are the ways that we can swim across this material ocean. We are actually in a great current, great stream of this material ocean. We are just whirlpool of this one. We are just suffering in this world. And day and night, and we are suffering in this world. But Mrityu, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, old age, diseases, birth, death. So many ways we are suffering in this world. We should know how we can swim across this material ocean or samsara chakra. So that's what Sri Rupa Goswami is revealing here. And one has to be very much enthusiastic, Nishchik, Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya, and Dhairya, patience. One has to have patience. Don't anger with that. If somebody says something, okay, I don't have any patience. This is called the humility and the tolerance. So it's very important that we have Hare Krishna. Can somebody mute? Yeah, please. So somebody has to come to that level of tolerance and the patience. This is the first quality. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this, that one has to have this tolerance and the patience. One has to learn how to tolerate this world. Yes, there are lots of odds, ups and downs. We don't know, we cannot expect that everybody has to behave same as what we say, what we behave. We cannot, this is the world. This is lot of ups and downs and everything is there. So unless and until we have the tolerance, we would be easily swayed away the current, the stream, the big current of this material world. So that's why it says that we have to have the patience, Nichya Dhairya. Dhairya means the patience. And what is that patience means? follow the instructions of the spiritual master, follow the instructions of the Lord and the devotees and the acharyas, and have that tolerance and the patience to progress further. And the goal, what is our goal? And what Srila Rupa Goswami says, what is our goal? To attain that Krishna Prema. The goal is to attain that Krishna Prema. This is the way that, dear devotees, we can come out of this our ignorance, right? The root cause of our suffering in this world is ignorance, as is mentioned that. Because we are completely ignorant of what is what. We are completely ignorant of our science of self. We are completely ignorant of the Supreme Lord. We are completely ignorant of where we are living, what are we. We think that this is what we see is actually just like a combination of some chemical elements. But beyond that, there is a truth. That's why Krishna is known as absolute truth. There is a gyan, there is a knowledge. We are completely under the spell of avidya, ignorance. But this, what Srila Rupa Goswami is revealing, is actually the real absolute knowledge. This way that we can all come out of this ignorance or the darkness of this material world. We are in the dark well, as Prahlad Maharaj says, that we are all fall down into this andhakopa, dark, deep well. Very difficult to come out. So Srila Prahlad Maharaj was revealing this same thing, that one has to come Sravana, Kirtana, Vishnu, Smarana, Pada, Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma, Nivedanam, this way that one can come out from this deep, dark well. Mr. Rupa Goswami is revealing that how one can come to that stage of pure devotion. So devotees, it's 8 o'clock. I would stop here, and I don't want to take up most of your time. And yes, I think it's maybe good enough for today. And today we covered about the importance of the Gopashtami. And as it says that one who remembers, as Krishna says that Janma Karma Jame Divyam Evam Yovedi Tattvadaha Tektva Deham Punar Janma Naidi Mamedi. So Arjuna, Krishna is revealing this. One who knows my transcendental appearance and activities, upon leaving the body, never comes back into this material world. They will come back to me. There is no doubt. Dear devotees, this is our great fortune that we observe, we remember, and meditate upon these beautiful pastimes of the Supreme Lord. This is the way we are having a very close association with the Supreme Lord. As it says that one who chants the holy name, the Krishna will come and dance on the tongue of the chanter. This is the Krishna is so merciful and very dear to such devotees. The one who remembers and hear the pastimes and the Krishna Kada, Krishna is so dear to such devotees. So that's why it's very important that we observe and we put ourselves and every day that for our life is for Krishna. Our that's what is our mood should be. Our life is for Krishna. I'm a surrendered soul. That's called surrendered. Surrenderness, as Krishna says that. Surrender unto me. And this is what is called surrender unto me, that will be always be prone to put ourselves in the devotional platform. As is that Krishna says that Mahatmanam Stumar Mahatam Devim Pragatim. This is under the spell of that divine energy. This is under the spell of that the Devim Prakriti. This is under the spell of the mercy of Srimati Radharani. That's what is that whoever is attends and practices and remembers, they are all under the spell of the Devim Prakriti, the divine energy. And that's where the full protection happens. As Krishna says that, Ananyas Chindayendo Mame Janamam Pariyupasade Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogatshemam Mahamyaham. Krishna says that, Ananyas Chindayendo, one who surrendered unto me, one who worship me, and I would protect them, and I would provide them what they lack, and I would carry them what they have. Krishna is always there, dear devotees, for his devotees. Krishna is always there for his devotees. There is no doubt into that, as we saw that today's Gopashtami. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Krishna is very much lovingly, affectionately herding his cows and reciprocating with each and every, cows and the Gopas and the devotees of the Lord. So, dear devotees, let me stop here with this note. Thank you so much for joining, and it's very, very important that, dear devotees, that we hear and practice and meditate on every day, and be in the vicinity, be under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be in the Devim Prakriti, be in the glances of Srimati Radharani, under the protection of Srimati Radharani. Bhakti is under the protection of Srimati Radharani. So we pray to Srimati Radharani that please protect and please engage, and Hare and Krishna, please engage us in your service. Hare Krishna. Let me stop here. So are there any comments or concerns? Anything would like to add? Any question?
What age Radha got married?
Sorry?
What age Radha got married? You said when she was 5 years old, Krishna was
6
missing
years.
her and she wanted to
6
go
years
with
old.
her.
Yes, in olden days, we know that people used to marry very early age. So, I mean, there is no specification that which age. I couldn't come across that which age Srimati Radharani got married. In those days, 4 years, 5 years, they got married to the very early age.
And she was living with her in-laws' house that is young
Yes,
age.
that's yes. It's the Radharani's husband's name was what is that?
In a
Husband's name?
serial, they say Iron. I watch Radha Krishna serial, they say Iron.
Iron.
Yeah, that was they said in a serial.
No, don't depend much on the serial. I mean, they may say a lot of things. We go first to the scripture, and Radharani's husband name was
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu. Yes, exactly. That's right. Abhimanyu. That is the son of Jatila, and the sister-in-law was not Kutila. And those days, yes, especially there is those days, especially children's marriage happen very early age. Okay. Anybody else? Anything? Any other question? Anybody would like to add anything or any other realization? Please go ahead. No reflections? Everybody can unmute as well. Things seems like.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhuji, I see like there is going to be parikrama, and that's how the program is today, right?
Yes. We are going to have the Damodarashtakam, and yeah, it's a very, very, very auspicious month of Kartik. One more week, and 26th is the last day. But we'll be also going through the very Damodarashtakam as well as Brajamandal Parikrama. Okay, so if let's go into that. Okay, let me share the.
Okay, no, actually I joined late, so but do not want to take everybody else time. But if I can have like quick summary of today's class, whatever I
Yes.
missed, I was
Please.
actually driving and I couldn't join.
Oh, we were actually discussing the Gopashtami initially and the significance of Gopashtami and the pastimes of the Gopashtami. And yeah, this is also recorded, Mataji, so that you can also listen this later. No, you didn't miss much.
I did read that Katha, the message was there, so it's about the cows and related to that, right?
Yes, Gopash. Yes, this is the day Krishna and Balaram started officially herding the cows. Till that time, Krishna was herding the calves. And Gopashtami, the day that Krishna started officially herding the cows and go to the forest and officially allowed to go to forest and herd the cows.
And having some picnic and packing some goodies. I read. Okay.
There's so many, so many wonderful things. Yes. Okay. Thank you, dear devotees. Let us go to our next segment of the program, Damodarashtakam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Just wanted to check. Abhimanyu is an expansion of Krishna only, right?
Yes.
He's not different. Yeah.
It's not different. Yes. There is, as is mentioned, that in one sense, Krishna's immediate expansion, Srimati Radharani, Krishna himself, and in the real absolute platform, that always Krishna is part of, Radharani is part of Krishna, and anybody that comes closer to Srimati Radharani, that's Krishna himself only. And we know that all the gopis, especially Krishna is interacting with the gopis, those are also expansions of Srimati Radharani. So like that, anybody that who comes interact with Srimati Radharani is also the part of Krishna. It's also an expansion of Krishna.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, Prabhuji,
Hmm?
Sorry, go
Like,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Because
one thing, like whatever good happens, whatever is pleasant to eyes happens because of Krishna. Whatever bad happens happens because of person's ego or greed. Is that true, or that bad also happens because God wants it?
see, there is, I wanted to discuss, later slides, it has it. So basically, something good happens to some people is called because of their good karma, right? If something good happens, this is the laws of material nature. Something bad happens, that's called their vikarma. That means their bad activities and bad karma which they followed. So either good or bad, which is actually either in the mode of goodness or in the mode of passion or the mode of ignorance. This word is the laws of nature or modes of material nature. The person goes through these good things, and so he gets good. And a person goes to the bad and bad activities, he gets bad and the sinful reactions, and he has to suffer. Exactly like that. He has to go to, this both good and bad, whatever is happens. So here, good, what I'm trying to understand from you means, so somebody has good car, somebody has good wife, somebody has good richness, and he's happening everything. He's so happy in this world. Yes, this is because of he did some good karma. But that doesn't mean that he is always in good. He's always going to be in happy in all his life. No, we are, as long as we are here in this material world, there's a combination of this goodness and the passion and ignorance. That's where different varieties of life we get. Either sometimes in goodness, sometimes in badness, sometimes suffering, sometimes happy, sometimes enjoying, sometimes in distress, because of we are here in this material world. It goes through good and bad. It's mentioned that good which comes is to also bind us in this material world, because we wanted to enjoy this world. That's why we are here and enjoying this world. It's like a gold chain, but it's a chain to this material world. When we have bad things, and that's why it's called iron chain. When there is this bind with iron chain, the only difference is both are chain. So whatever good, whatever bad, this is our karma, right? That's what is we are enjoying or suffering. That's what Krishna says in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But beyond that karma, that we come to the, yes, it's important that we come to that goodness. There is a chance that if we are in the goodness, we get an opportunity to come to our pure goodness, or we come to the Shuddha Sattva. That's called beyond these modes of material nature. That when we engage in the devotional service, engage in the bhakti, loving devotional service, chanting holy name, and any way that we come to the platform of this devotional practices, and then what happens? We go beyond this good and bad and all. We come to the transcendental stage. That's called we transcend this modes of material nature. So the spirituality means that spirituality is the only way that we can transcend this modes of material nature. If you are in the goodness, yes, we will be here on the heavenly planets. We will be always enjoying and things like that. After that, the enjoyment, we come back again in this material world. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. We come back to this material world, we suffer or enjoy further and further. This is called Abhrahma Bhune Loger Punaravartanarjuna, because of our good karma or bad karma. If it is a good karma, we go to the higher planetary system. If it is a bad karma, we go to the lower species of life. And this is what is the material world is. So yes, everything is caused by Krishna. That's the modes of material nature. That's also under the spell of Krishna. As Krishna says that Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Dhurataya. These modes of material nature are under, that's my energy. Says, in one sense, says this all happens according to the will of the Lord and as per the desires that a living entity has. So as mentioned that even a blade of grass without moves without the will of the Lord. Yes, everything is arranged, everything by various arrangements of the Lord. That if a person desires good, he gets a good. If a person desires bad, he desires bad. Is the laws of nature or laws of karma. But beyond that, that's one has to transcend. Then only he can come out of this material world, come out of this modes of material nature. Then only he can come out and he can come to this Devi Prakriti, this divine platform. Then only he can actually then enter into that spiritual realm and platform and spiritual potency. Then there he can see that the higher principles of life, the higher truth of the life, and he will be under the devotional platform, devotional energy or the divine energy. There he can see that the Shuddha Sattva will be in a pure goodness, and then we come to that. From that platform, he comes to the Vishuddha Sattva, is ultimate, completely purified platform. That's our eternal nature. That's our original spiritual nature. Yes, I mean, Krishna is, most of these materials, Krishna is not directly involved. Krishna involved, that's a Maya, right? So Maya gives and provides with this inferior energy of Krishna, that's called Maya Shakti. Maya Shakti, actually, that's the laws of material nature, provides as per the desires of that one goes through. Okay? Is it okay? Clear?
Yes, one follow-up question. I don't know how we have
Yes.
time.
Yes, particularly, yeah.
Yeah, we know that when Duryodhana was doing all the mm, thing because of which Mahabharata happened, Krishna was present and he was supreme.
Yeah.
So in that sense, Duryodhana was more supreme that Krishna was not able to stop him.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Krishna, Duryodhana was actually, in his past life, he was Kali personified, and he actually got the life of as a Duryodhana in his past lifetime. Um, Duryodhana was, yes, doing all this and atrocities. And see, Krishna is always there, right? Krishna is always there, not that Krishna is Prakata. Krishna was that time, Krishna was Pragat. But Krishna is always there. So still people are doing all these bad things. Why? Because of this is what it is. When we forget, when we have our karma, when we have this free choice of, that's why Krishna is given to us a free choice. It's called free will. This free will means free choice that we can, that's why jivas are known as tadastha shakti or marginal potency. We have a free choice of that, whether we can take this lower species of life or this material life or a spiritual life. So like that, Duryodhana also had a free choice or a free will that he can select. Krishna never intervened into that. Krishna never forced anyone to, okay, you come to me. I'm taking a sword, and unless if you don't, then we'll kill you. No, not like Krishna is not like. Krishna is very dear to everyone, and he also respect each and everybody's the will and goodwill and their responsibilities. So the worldly responsibilities is mainly by this external energy or the Maya or Durga. That's why Prasanna house. Durga means known as Prasanna house. So Duryodhana had this free will of that he is Lord. He wants to enjoy. When those Lord was there, only few are actually realized the Supreme Lord was there. Vidura realized this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhishma Dev realized this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pandavas realized this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even in order to come to that realization, one has to have the mercy of the Lord. Not that everybody gets that. Even though Lord comes in front of us, we say that, oh, this is not Lord. This is not, I don't believe in Lord. I believe in myself. Right? We know that so many stories out there, right? There is a story in King Verna in Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, I am the king. So all the lords, everybody is in me, that everybody should worship me. And we know that the Hiranyakashipu and so Duryodhana also that's why he's known as a demoniac quality. One who has this kind of attitude and kind of behavior, they are known as actually demoniac or the quality or the demoniac qualities. So Krishna was trying to stop. Krishna was trying to help Duryodhana in so many ways. Krishna even came, and even Krishna said that if you give not even you don't want to give this entire country to the Pandavas, but give some 5 villages, then I will save you, and you will not have any problem. Right? You will live happily, Arjuna. Duryodhana, you will also again live happily, Pandavas also. Krishna even took as a Shantidu that came in front of Duryodhana and begged for it. And what Duryodhana did? Duryodhana was ruled by his ego, his false ego. And because of that, that's what is happening to many of all of us is rules by this false ego, this ahangar, that I am superior than anything. This is an ego, which all comes from the ego, but not coming to the reality or the real sense of that what we are. And that's why devotional and hearing process is very important. Nityat Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karahudai. When by hearing this devotional associate with the devotees and hearing frequently, then only our heart will become purified and we can come to our original consciousness. What is our original consciousness? That is Krishna consciousness, spiritual consciousness. Duryodhana was not that point. Duryodhana was not there. He was contaminated. He was so much of impurity, so much of ego. He wanted to have rule the kingdom, rule the world. And he was trying all these tricks to have that. This is what is the demoniac nature and for person into the lower stages of his life. It's not that Krishna is superior or Krishna couldn't stop. No, Krishna was, yes, everybody has to go through their life. Okay?
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
No
Thanks.
problem. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so let us go to the our next section of Damodara Ashtakam. And anybody is interested to sing today, and those who are not already sang, and if I would request, if anybody is interested to sing Damodara Ashtakam, please let me know. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. You want to sing? Please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, let me share the screen. Where is it? Share.
No.
Prabhu,
you need to share.
Yeah, I'm going to share it. Sometimes I have so many windows open here. Where is the Zoom? Yes, yeah, okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, are you seeing it now?
Yes, Prabhuji, now it's it.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajimanam
Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Yashodabhiyolokaladavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Dhrutigopya
Yashodhabhiyolukaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Gopya. Everybody please unmute and repeat. This is very important. Yeah, please go ahead.
Shrudantam muhurnetra yugmam rijantam Karamboja yugmena satankanetram
Yudandam muhurnetra yukmam rijandam Karamboja yukmena sadanganetram
Muhushwasikam patrirekhankakantha Sthitagrevam damodaram bhaktibadam
Muhushvasakam bhatrirekanga kanda Vidagrevam damodaram ibadam
Iti triksvalilabhiranandakunde Swagosham nimajantam
Idhi driksolilabhiranandakunde Sughosham nimachantam
Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktarjitatvam Puna prematastam sataviti vande
Tadiyeshidasiteshu bhaktarjidatvam Punatastam sadhavati vande
Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va Na chanyam rineham varishadapiha
वरं देवमोक्षं न भूषं वदिं वा न चान्यं नृणेहं वरे सदपिह
इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्याविरास्तं किमन्ये
इदं देवपुरनाद गोपालबालं तथा मे मनस्याविराष्टं किमन्ये
इदं ते मुखाम्बोजमत्यन्तनीलेर्वृतं कुण्टले स्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या
इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलै वृदं कुण्डलै स्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या
मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारक्तधरं मे मनस्या विरासमालं लक्ष्यलाभे
मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारक्ताधरं मे मनस्या विराष्टालं लक्षलाभे
नमो देवदामोदरानन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालब्धिमग्नम्
नमो देवदामोदर विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालाभिमग्नम्
कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं बतानु गृहाणि क्षमामग्नमिति अक्षिदृश्य
कृपादृष्टिवृष्यादिदीनं वदानो गृहाणेशमामस्नं ते दक्षिदृश्य
कुबेरात्मजौ बाध्यमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धं चैव यत्त्वा त्वया मोचितो भक्तिभाजं कृतौ च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामि प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह
तदा प्रेम भक्तं सुखमे प्रयाच मोक्षे गृहोमीष्टि दामोदरेह
नमस्ते सुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोधरायाथ विश्वस्य दाम्ने
नमस्ते धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोधरायाध विश्वस्य धाम्ने
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो
राधिकायै
राधिकायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
जय दामोदर जय माखञ्चोरा जय दामोदरा जय माखञ्चोरा
जय
जय
दामोदर
दामोदर
जय
जय
कंचोरा
दामोदर
जय
जय
दामोदरा जय
दामोदर
कंचोरा
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे
Jai Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe.
जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय जय राधे
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai
Jai
Radhe,
Radhe,
Jai Shri
Jai Shri
Radhe.
Radhe.
Damodar ji ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, so please go ahead and read the translation one by one.
To the supreme controller who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistening earring swings to and fro, who manifested himself in Gokula, who stole the butter that gopis kept hanging from the rafters of their storerooms, and who then quickly jumped up and ran in a retreat in a fear of Mother Yasoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisance.
Jai Shri Radha
Jai
Damodar ki jai.
Jai.
Second one.
Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two hands. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quickly, and as Mother Yasoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright, and his pearl necklace shook. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances.
Jai Shri Radha Damodar ji ki
Mother
jai.
ji ki jai.
Third one.
Those super excellent those super excellent pastimes of Lord Krishna's babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who are attracted only to his majestic aspect of Narayana in Vaikuntha, the Lord herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodara, my obeisances hundreds and hundreds of times. Jai Shri Radha Damodar ki jai.
Fourth one.
Oh Lord, Prabhuji, sorry, I just lost the screen once. Oh Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. Oh Lord, I do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart. Hare Krishna.
Radha Damodar.
O Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus face, which is encircled by locks of curling hair, have become reddened like bimba fruits due to Mother Yashoda's kisses. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind.
Jai Shri Radha Damodar ji ki jai.
Jai.
O unlimited Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. I am drowning in an ocean of sorrow and am almost like a dead man. Please shower the rain of mercy on me, uplift me, and protect me with your nectarial vision.
Radha
Radha
Damodar.
ki jai.
O Lord Damodar, in your form as a baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone with a rope for tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kuver, Manigriv, and Nalkuvera, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in the same way. I have no desire for liberation into your effulgence. Jai Shri Radha Damodar ki.
Jai Radha Samudar ki jai.
Uh,
Last word.
oh Lord, the entire universe was in. Oh, I am outside. So, okay. Oh Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with a rope by Mother Yashoda. To this rope, I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my humble obeisances to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes. Radha Damodar ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for this beautiful Damodar Ashtakam. Let us now go to the Vrindavan. Let's go to Vrindavan and you may take the Vatsana. Today we are going to Varshana to Nandagaon. We were last class, we were going through the Varshana. Today we will go to the Varshana to Nandagaon.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I still haven't gotten over what happened yesterday. In this beautiful, blissful Varshana Dham, we had such beautiful darshan of Sri Ladli Lalji, the wonderful Mangar, Dangar, Sakri Khor, and Gehavar 1. Wow, I mean, I'm still trying to get over this. The Govardhan Puja, I'm still in that bliss. But today it is day 17 and we have to get ready to move to Nandagaon. Yes, we're going to Nandagaon. And in Nandagaon, on the way, we have some beautiful darshan. We have Prem Sarovar, we have Sanket, we have Uddhav Kyari, and a lot of katha on the way as well. Let me tell you, today's walk is really short. It's just 8 kilometers. So pick up your bags, your bottles, and let's move. Hare Krishna.
We will start from Barsana. Our first stop is Prem Sarovar. Then Sanket, Uddhav Kyari, Yashoda Kund, Hau Bilao, Narasingha Dev Raha Mandir, Nandishwar Mahadev Temple, Sanatan Goswami Bhajan Kutir, and end at Prem Sarovar. The ideal place to execute Krishna consciousness is Brajabhumi or Vrindavan, where the people are naturally inclined to love Krishna. And Krishna is naturally inclined to love them. As the first warming days of the sun become visible, we leave Barshana and walk behind Sri Sri Nitai Gaurasundar toward Nandagram. Today's walk will be relatively short, just 8 kilometers, a welcome change from yesterday's packed schedule. We head north at a relaxed pace, taking in the serenity of our surroundings. Here, life is based on agriculture. Strong bulls and cows of different colors graze peacefully. We see happy Brajabasis working on the land, free from the encumbrances of a complicated economic system that binds one to anxiety. Living simple lives, they maintain chaste to the land and the cow, has been taught to us by Krishna and Balaram themselves. Balaram represents plowing the land for agriculture and therefore always carries in his hand a plow, whereas Krishna tends cows and therefore carries a flute in his hand. Thus the two brothers represent Rishi Raksha and Goraksha. Our first stop is Prem Sarovara, about 1 kilometer from Barsana.
This is Prem Sarovara. O Srinivas, at this place, Prem Vaitchitya Bhav was manifested. Prem Vaitchitya is a word used to indicate an abundance of love that brings about grief from fear of separation, even in the lover's presence. While Krishna was decorating Srimati Radharani with lotus flowers, a bumblebee, which was previously drinking nectar from a lotus flower in Krishna's hand, left its place and flew into the whorl of another lotus, one that adorned Srimati Radhika's ear. This caused her to become agitated and Krishna to be delighted. Madhu Mangal, who was also present, chased the bee away and then declared, "Madhu is gone, Madhu is gone. He cannot be seen anymore." Madhu means bee. But when Srimati Radharani heard this, she took it to mean her Madhusudan. Although Krishna was sitting right beside her, she was overwhelmed by the thought of separation and lost her consciousness.
Now Krishna will not decorate my hair with Vasanti flowers. Now the garland of Champaka flowers I have strung will not kiss his chest. Now I will not be able to jokingly strike him with a cluster of mali flowers. Appearing in the disguise of separation from Krishna, a great forest fire is now burning around me.
Srimati Radharani then wept in great separation and withdrew from external consciousness. Krishna was so moved by her ecstatic manifestation of love that he too shed tears. In intense love for each other, their hearts melted together and their combined tears formed this beautiful Prem Sarovara.
We bow down to this amazing lake and drink a few drops of those tears of love, praying that we may also develop a tiny fraction of love for Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Midway between Nandishwara Hill and Brishabhanu Hill is Sanketa, the place of Radha Krishna's rendezvous. I meditate on this place. I think it is the personification of the divine couple's love. The word Sanketa means to indicate. While together in the company of others, Radha and Krishna indicated to one another through body language and other such signs the location of their next meeting place. Krishna and the gopis are also said to have performed Rasa Leela and Julan, swing pastimes, in Sanketa. And so one can find a Rasa Mandala and a swing here. Next to the Sanketa Devi temple is the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. At one time or another, All of the 6 Goswamis came here, but Gopal Bhatta Goswami spent a significant amount of time performing bhajan in this place. As a child, he had the immense fortune of serving Lord Chaitanya when the Lord was staying at his father's house during Chaturmasya. The Lord instructed young Gopal to move to Vrindavan after his parents left this mortal world. And so Gopal Bhatta came to serve in the association of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Rupa and Sanatan saw Gopal Bhatta Goswami as their younger brother, and he resided in Vrindavan under their care. Always absorbed in pure devotional sentiments, he worshipped the Shalagram Shilas. Nevertheless, witnessing how his superiors worshipped their deities, Gopal Bhatta developed an overwhelming desire to worship a deity too. On the Purnima day of the month of Vaishakha, 1542, the Lord fulfilled his innermost desire. Gopal Bhatta Goswami's Damodar Shila transformed into a beautiful black deity of Krishna in threefold bending form, playing a flute. He was given the name Radha Raman. Besides this most beautiful 12-inch deity of Radha Raman sits a small golden plate engraved with Srimati Radharani's name. On the plate sits a crown. A murti of Srimati Radharani is not worshipped in this temple because Radharaman was self-manifested, and no murti of Srimati Radharani appeared along with him. Since her name is non-different from herself, the pujaris worship her name next to Radharaman. Radharaman is worshipped opulently by the descendants of Sri Damodar Das, a follower of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. The Radharaman temple is among the 7 main Goswami temples of Vrindavan. It's only a short distance from Loy Bazaar, just past the Nidhivan area.
Hare Krishna. We'll continue this tomorrow, and thank you so much. We'll stop here. It's already 8:48. That's okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat. How was the Vrindavan Parikrama today? Liked it?
It was joyful and
Aesthetic.
I'm going there, so I'm thinking I will visit this and that. I'm leaving in a couple days, so.
Where you're going to Vrindavan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to Vrindavan.
Very good.
So, dreaming all about it.
Wow. Very good. Okay. Anybody else?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for taking us to Vrindavan every day.
Thank you. So nice. Yeah.
Prabhuji, you went to India. What did you visit?
We visited all these places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Beautiful place, beautiful place. There is also, today we will see the Nandagav, where Sanatana Goswami and Srimati Radharani came and cooked for Sri Sanatana Goswami. There's a temple there. And we can also still Srimati Radharani cooking there, and we get the prasada from there, and all those beautiful places in the Gulf.
Wonderful, Prabhuji. Do share some event, something that touched your heart.
Yeah, we'll do, of course, and we'll continue this. Yeah, there is so many wonderful pastimes there, and in each and every sand of the bridge is very special. One should go to the Vrindavan with that mood. This is not an ordinary place. This is, appear externally that there may be building, there may be roads, there may be monkeys, and there may be so many other things. But when we have this material consciousness, we see that. But when we have the spiritual consciousness that this is the place where Krishna had these wonderful pastimes, then it is a different realm, different vision. And that's the way that Vrindavan sees the devotees in different degrees of their purity. So one should see that, one should come to that. That's what is exactly nectar of instruction. The 11th verse reveals that. We go to Radhakund. Depends on the degree of the realizations we have, the purity we have. You see that that's what is all these acharyas revealed. This is the way acharyas revealed this greatness of this each and every places of Vrindavan. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for telling us.
Yeah. So when are you coming to New Jersey?
I wanted to come for the Japa retreat, the 3 days Japa
16,
retreat.
December 6th. Okay.
I'll speak to you separately, yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, let's conclude. If there is nothing else. Okay, let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripasindhubhya Sridhana Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavyo Namo.
Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Viraj Sri Updesha Mudha ki jai. Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Sri Radha Gopal ji ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
The Gaudi Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Premanande. Hare Hare.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.